Go. Okay, hello, YouTubers. If you haven't guessed it, it hasn't been that long since I launched my YouTube channel. And like a lot of new YouTubers, I'm trying to figure it out. Well, let me give you a little background. My name is John Hauser, and this year I'll be 76. That's why the name of my site is Free Advice from 76 Years of Experience. This video is not going to be a serious video. I'm not going to put forth any kind of great and intellectual philosophy. I know, a surprise. But see, I actually am a world famous intellectual. And I have a lot of serious moments where I spend lots of time in deep thought contemplating the mysteries of the universe. And like Einstein, sometimes my mind wanders into the outer limits, and I find myself looking at nebulae, black holes, and Jupiter's moons. But then I return to Earth, and I remember that I just can't be an intellectual all the time, that I have to be a somewhat normal human being occasionally. But this video is not going to be a serious video. This video, I want to tell you the importance of humor. I, for one, loves humor. I love humor. And I probably will tell a few jokes as I go through the process of making these videos. The nice thing about these YouTube things is you can make a YouTube video on any topic. I mean, you can make a YouTube video on any topic and get away with it, it seems like, even if the topic is not of benefit to anybody, or even if the topic doesn't really seem to suit anybody's needs. The thing about it is, there are billions of people out there looking at YouTube, and somebody out there is going to look at my YouTube channel, and they're going to think that this is the message they needed. Now, today I'm using my Dog Dad cup. This was given to me by my oldest daughter. And what I'm drinking is a mixture of raw organic honey, raw organic apple cider vinegar, and purified water. Makes a great beverage. You take 3 tablespoons of the Bragg apple cider vinegar, 1 large tablespoon of raw organic honey, put it in a big cup. Oh, you can see the other side of the cup. Put it in a big cup, and then add hot water and stir it up, and you have yourself a very nice, energizing tonic. The raw honey will give you energy. The apple cider vinegar is extremely good for your digestion, and it just gives you a natural energy. So, now that I said that, let's talk about some humor. Many years ago, I came across this catalog. I want you to notice the name on the catalog. It still has the price sticker on it. I bought it at a used bookstore more than 20 years ago, I think, or 20 years ago. And it says, Office Tools for Hopeless Fools. Now, this is one of those kind of books that I like to just sit down and just read through it because it's funny. And I guess I should name this video, why you should laugh a lot. Because I have found that since I've gotten into retirement, that it's important to not get too serious, and not to take myself so serious. When I was working, I was a self-imposed dictator, and I dictated over myself all the time. I kept myself under a lot of stress. But then after I retired, I realized that there are some things that you can laugh about. I'll show you a couple of the things that this catalog actually sells. They sell these giant, what they call fanny pants. There's a picture of it right there. And fanny pants, it says it's a long way to the top. Padded posterior on long-wearing worsted wool trousers provide a soft, happy landing. Slacks have multi-layer knee patches in case you go head first. Backside is double secured, inflatable, inflatable airbag, and has room for immediate cash settlements. And it's SKU, but B-U-T-T. These are only $19.99 a piece. You don't get it, it's okay. Now, the next thing they're advertising two more things on this page. One of these things is actually ingenious. It's a water fountain nasal deflector. Have you ever had the experience that you went to a water fountain and to get a drink of water and you turned it on and the water missed your mouth and shot right into your nose? Well, this company has invented a device. Right there it is. You can see it. It's a water fountain nasal deflector. You insert these things into your nostrils, and that before you get the drink of water out of the water fountain, and that way, if it misses your mouth, it doesn't shoot water up into your sinuses. I think it's a great invention. The third item is really, to me, is a great item. I actually grew up in New Jersey, and when I saw this third item, I'm like, man, this is ingenious. The name of the item is Woid, W-O-I-D, Woid Perfect. Now, if you've ever known anybody from the New Jersey, New York, even Eastern Pennsylvania area, Woid is a word. You know, it's Woid, W-O-I-D. It's Woid Perfect. Now, what does it do for you? It tells you right here. It says Woid Perfect. It says, want to write and sound like an Italian mobster? Looking for that certain South Brooklyn chick? Woid Perfect creates correspondence meant to intimidate, cajole, and otherwise portray you as an unhinged, murderous lowlife, or at least a state senator from New Jersey. It's hilarious. It has automatic translation capability, turns the Queen's English into gibberish as easy as 1, 2, 3. So if you want to sound like a New Jersey mobster or a New Jersey state senator, you order Woid Perfect. It's at a very reasonable price. It's just $39.99. Now, I have to tell you, in all the years that I've been out there looking at stuff, because I buy used stuff all the time, used books, I have never seen another copy of this. It's called Stuples, Office Tools for Fools. And it has all kinds of wonderful things in it. I'm going to go through here and show you one more. They have a great one for people that write. Now, I write. I write almost every day. Matter of fact, I will probably write some this afternoon. But for people that are having trouble writing, they actually have writer's block. There it is right there, writer's block. I have heard writers say over the years, oh, I've got writer's block. I can't write anything else. What I discovered is when I don't know what to write, and yet I would require myself to write. I write 3 pages a day. I would sit down at the top of the page and I would write, I don't know what to write. And I'd write it again, and I'd write it over and over again. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. Until the subconscious mind would click in. And after I wrote down several times, I don't know what to write, I would write down, I took the dog for a walk. I saw the lake, and the water was smooth, and there was only a slight breeze. And the Canadian geese were skimming across the lake, and over there to one side I saw a tall white crane. So this is writer's block, and it helps you get over that spot where you can't get past that point that says, I don't know what to write. The way you get past that is just start writing. Write down, I don't know what to write. I can't write. Keep writing that until something from the subconscious mind clicks in. You know, I was at the lake. I saw a beautiful young couple, a young man and woman, walking around the paved trail at night with the night lights on. And there they were, a young couple walking past me in love. They were holding hands, and they had that glow in their eyes that they said, we love each other. if you watch this video to the end, then you are probably more genius than I am. They also have in here a pocket shredder. Now, a few years ago, people were very concerned about documents being stolen. People would get documents out of the trash and steal information or steal your identity. Well, what they did was they came out with a pocket shredder. You can put this pocket shredder in your pocket, and any document that you slip into your pocket, you're trying to shred the document without being noticed, it will shred the document while it's in your pocket. You end up with a pocket full of confetti. Okay, now let's go on a little further because there's absolutely some great stuff here. Let's see. They also have the NASDAQ. Let me show you what the NASDAQ looks like. They have the NASDAQ. Right there's the NASDAQ. Okay. I might be holding this too close to the camera. NASDAQ. Now, what do you get for your $89.99? You get NASDAQ, NASDUQ. This is a veritable quacking thing, much safer investment than crazy high-tech exchange. Bad news and water roll off feathers with barely a ripple. So it's called NASDAQ. Oh, you have to be able to laugh at things. We have to be able to laugh at life. That's one of the things I learned in retirement. You've got to maintain your sense of humor because things can get really weird and things can get really bad. You know, you go to the doctor and after the visit, they give you a list of bad news. And it just goes on and on. You're like, oh no, all this bad news. I'm supposed to be happy and retired. And a friend of mine, his name is Larry G. I'll just say Larry G because he has this long Italian name. He told me one time, him and his wife are in their low 80s, and he said, the golden years are not so golden. And he chuckled about that. So you have to be willing to, be humorous and have a good time when you're doing something. Let's see here. What else we got? For people that do public speaking, but are very nervous about it, if you'll notice the picture here, people are very nervous about public speaking. They actually have a podium security blanket. It's only $10.99. What does it do? This is a sturdy wool blanket, absorbs palm sweat, fits comfortably on any lectern. If you bomb, throw over your head for instant anonymity. So it is a security blanket while you're doing public speaking. I think I need that. Let's see here. Pick out one or two more. Oh, I love this one. This is so right on. This is called Chia Boss. CHIABOSS. Chia Boss. I want you to look at the picture. Chia Boss. See that? Now, what does it do here? Chia Boss. When you take a 2-week cruise to a Polynesian paradise, what are your employees doing? Keep them from sleeping, shopping, smoking, dope, joining organized religious, and God knows what else with a look-alike Chia Boss. Just add water days before you leave. Place on desk, and your employees will think you've never left. Because it looks like you, and it continues to grow while you're on vacation. It's called a Chia Boss. Oh my goodness, this thing is a scream. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's see here if I can come up with another one that I can show you that will just actually be funny here. There's a lot of good ones in here, but I have to be careful which ones I get out here. I don't want to offend anybody. Okay, then there are these things called snivel slacks. Here's the picture right here. Snivel slacks. All right, Snivel slacks. Now, what are Snivel slacks for? Well, they only cost $27.99. Keep your job no matter how incompetent you may be. Sounds like some of the politicians we have nowadays. And, you know, I personally, when I was working, I could not stand somebody in a job that was incompetent. I remember one time I was working for a particular organization and they hired somebody. And it didn't take me more than 2 or 3 minutes to realize that they had hired a totally incompetent person. But they were desperate to find a body that would fill a spot. Big mistake. You waste a lot of money. This incompetent person didn't even last a week. I'm like, don't hire incompetent people. That person is going to be competent in something, but it wasn't in what we were doing. So, you know, don't hire. And these incompetent politicians that are just stuffing money in their pockets, get them out. Get rid of them. Or as they say in Jersey, take them to New York. Anyhow, Snivel slacks. Keep your job no matter how incompetent you may be. Baggy, frayed corduroys will evoke pity in even the most steel-hearted employer. So those are called Snivel slacks. Snivel slacks. All right, let's see here. What is next? Stick it discipline notes. Let's see here. I will be out of the office indefinitely. I will get back to you as soon as I'm spiritually able to. Oh, it's a BlackBerry. BlackBerry after death communicator for $129. So there's some absolutely great stuff in here that you can get to help you with your daily life. Here is the brow beater. This one, I really like this one here. If you'll notice the picture, it's a brow beater. Get that where you can see it. Brow beater. Now, what's a brow beater? Tap human resources even when you're not there. Leather headband carries 2 synchronized drumsticks attached to forehead for day-long electronic brow beating. It's only $25.99. That's a great catalog. As you can see, it's nice and thick. And it's got all kinds of wonderful things in here. I've already showed you the big pants. Floppy discus. Whoops, I don't want to show you that one. Let's see. What else have they got in here that I can do in a quick time? Oh, I love this one. I love this one. This one is called Check in the Mail. I don't even have to explain that one. For $125 per hour, you can get a check in the mail. All right, it says, need to forestall payments but hate to lie to creditors? Unemployed check artist. Ooh, what a name. Mizilov Dvorak will don official U.S. postal bag, sit in mailroom for hours at a time while you happily call banks. Check in the mail. Who in the world thinks this stuff up? It's a scream, isn't it? Let's see. Well, I guess that's probably all I should talk about for right now. I'm going to come back in just a minute or two, and I'm going to do a little bit more on humor. You've got to be able to laugh. You've got to be able to laugh and enjoy life. When I first retired, I was too serious. It took me a full 6 months to really realize how serious I was. And I began to laugh a little bit more. And now I've been retired for 8 years, and I have found that I catch myself laughing at least 3 times a day. Sometimes more. So if there's no humor in your life, find some humor and laugh at it. And in the next video, I'm actually probably going to do a couple more. I'm going to talk a little bit more about why we should laugh out loud, and why we should laugh often. All right, now I'm still having a challenge figuring out how to shut this thing off the first time.